Hello everybody and welcome to the Bulldog Report. My name is Henry Sia and I'm going to be commentating your game today. For now, at least now, it is a nice day today, but it may rain soon, so watch out for that. And we are about to get set off for kickoff, and Metuchen won the coin toss and elected to receive, and we are about to find out how the return goes. It's going to be kicked off to AJ Perillo. Or no, that's Anthony. No, that's Aiden Holloway. And Aiden Holloway going up the middle. And still up, and he fumbles the ball on the first play of the game. And wow, this is not a good start from Metuchen. And it is to Livingston. Not a good start at all.
Livingston recovers. Highlanders ball.
Aiden Holloway, the returner, was trying to spin out of a tackle, but the ball came out of his arm before his knees touched the ground, and the Highlanders just jumped on it. Not very good for Metuchen. And the quarterback, Connor Tracy, who has thrown just as many interceptions as touchdowns, 5 touchdowns for 5 interceptions, is about to take the snap. Motioning Liam, and it's going to be a handoff to Joe Riggy up the middle, and is just short of the first down, about 1 or 2 yards.
Joe Riggy for a gain of about 9.
And Joe Riggy on this team has led the team in rushing touchdowns and rushing yards. The quarterback on the team, surprisingly enough, Tracy, has only rushed for 6 yards, while Steven Mielison, the quarterback for Metuchen, has rushed for 265 yards. And oh no! Joe Riggy has gotten a touchdown up the middle. 2 plays, a touchdown.
Highlanders, number 4, Joe Riggy.
And it is already 6-0. And it looks like they are going to go for the 2-point. Or no, they are going to kick the extra point. But a good play by Joe Riggy. Just a good job by the Highlander special teams. Good job by the rushing attack. And the extra point is good. That was Liam Quigley. And the score is 7-0. While Metuchen is going to kick off at half. So not very good for Metuchen. Getting ready to kick, that is Liam Quigley after the extra point. And let's see if the special teams can pull off yet another miracle. Aiden Holloway still in the backfield, getting ready to get the kick, while AJ Perillo on your left, number 5, has also been one of their main returners. And Liam Quigley about to kick off. And he does, and that is going to go to AJ Perillo, and he's going to let it go into the end zone, and they are going to start at the 25-yard line. Steven Mielison, who has thrown for 1,029 yards, 8 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Good overall, good touchdown to interception ratio per high school, and it is going to be a touching ball at the 25-yard line. AJ Perillo has gotten the majority of the carries, but believe it or not, Steven Mielison, the quarterback, has actually led the team in rushing attempts. And he also leads the team in rushing touchdowns. It's going to be a pitch to AJ Perillo, and already getting some running room. And he gets about a 7-yard gain, tackled inside the 30. And it is going to be for 7 yards. And there's a flag. And it looks like it's going to be a false start. And that is going to set him back 5 yards. So first and
Ball start
15.
on Metuchen.
Excuse me, that's going to set him back 10 yards. And after the pitch to A.J. Perillo, he got 7 yards. It would have been 2nd and 3, but instead it is going to be 1st and 20. Not very good field position at the 15-yard line. And Metuchen getting ready to take a second snap. That is A.J. Perillo in the backfield. And it's going to be a fake pitch, and it's going to be a handoff to Matthew Sadowski. And Matthew Sadowski gets the first down going on the sideline. Great play.
Counter to Sadowski for a first down and more.
And that is going to be a first down on the 37-yard line, maybe 38. And that is just a great play by Sadowski. They were pinned on their own 15, 1st and 20, but he was able to get them out of their own territory and get them closer to the end zone. Great play by Sadowski. Might have saved that drive. Perillo in the backfield again. And it's going to be a handoff to him. And cutting to the left, breaking a tackle and muscles in for the first down. And A.J. Perillo, who actually plays receiver, but they've been trying to get him involved in the rushing attack more. And it seems to be working. His elusiveness and his ability to just fight for the extra yards has been very good for their rushing attack. Their main rushers, Sadowski, who just made that great counter play, and Andrew Antoporta, 2 main running backs. Perillo in the backfield again. It's going to be a handoff, and he gets the first down. It's going to be on the 50-yard line. And just like that, they are about to head into Highland territory. Metuchen returning to the huddle. Sadowski lining up to the left. It's going to be a pass, and it's going to be passed to Holloway. And Holloway gets inside the 40.
Pass completed to Holloway from Steve Metuchen.
And that is going to be on their 38.
Metuchen, first down.
And after the fumble, Holloway makes a good play, getting the first down, and gets about 12 yards. Holloway had a good game last week. Who got a touchdown on the first drive. Sadly, they lost that game, but still well played on offense from both sides, and good defense until the second half. But Metuchen was not able to finish it. I believe the score was 28-38. Metuchen hands it off to A.J. Perillo, and A.J. Perillo tries to cut right, but is stopped and only gets a gain of a couple yards.
Hand off to Perillo for a couple yards.
And the refs mark the ball at the 36-yard line, and it is now 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 for Metuchen.
Perillo's still in the backfield. O'Leary lined up to the right, Holloway on the left. And it's going to be a false start on O'Leary. That's going to set him back 10 yards. And it is going to be 2nd and 18 now.
False start of Metuchen, 5-yard penalty.
Or that's going to set him back 5 yards, actually. And it's going to be 2nd and 13. And now O'Leary and Holloway flipping sides. Looks around the same formation, motioning Sadovsky, and it's going to be a pitch to Perillo, and Perillo gets around the 34-yard line.
Perillo for about 4 yards.
It's going to be marked on the 41, and it is third, and it's going to be marked 3rd and 8. Motioning Sadovsky again. And it's going to be a fake handoff to Perillo. And Mielison's going to go. And it's tipped and almost picked off. Intended target was Cody Cardillo. And that was almost dangerous. It was tipped and in Tracy Connor's hands, who is also the quarterback. And he almost came up with the pick, but could not hold on. And it is 4th and 8. And if they're going to go for it or punt it, that is the question. Cody Cardillo had his hands on it, but it was too high for him. Holloway was rolling out to the right. Could have been a first down. Or Sadovsky, excuse me. Sadovsky was on the right. Mielison could have passed to him, but instead he went for the deep shot, and Cardillo could not hold on. And it's going to be timeout.
Timeout, Metuchen.
I believe they were going to go for it on that play. Maybe they're taking some time to think. Guy Jensen talking with this team about what they should do. And just catching their breath. Getting back on the field, and it looks like they are gonna go for it on 4th and 8. But what they will do is the question. O'Leary and Perillo on the right, and he's going, and it's tipped and incomplete. Is going to be Highlanders' ball.
Pass, intended for Holloway, turnover on down.
Intended for Holloway on the play, but the defense made a good play, tipped it, and it was just out of reach. Joe Riggy, who has had 500 yards this year, 527 to be more specific, and 4 rushing touchdowns. The quarterback, not much of a rushing threat in his games. He only had 24 yards, or excuse me, he's only had 6 yards, 24 attempts. I don't know how that works, but he has 6 yards, 24 attempts. He gets 0.25 yards per carry, so not a rushing threat at all. And it was a simple rushing play by Riggy up the middle for 3 yards. Now, like I mentioned before, 2 games ago, they lost 59-0. Livingston did. So this should be a winnable game. It was a handoff to Terrence Hattonry, who has not gotten the first down.
23, Terrence Hattonry.
And it's going to be 4th and about 4. Or excuse me, 3rd and 4. And on the right, there's Rocco Dagan, who has gotten 4 sacks this season, leading everybody on the team. And it's going to be a handoff to Joe Riggy, and I don't know if that's going to be short or not. They might have gotten the first down there. We'll see what the ref marks.
Riggy, close to the first down.
And it's going to be a first down. And they are going to move the chains after third down.
First down, Highlanders.
I believe they haven't passed the ball once this entire game. Very interesting. They've just been mostly relying on Joe Riggy and also one handoff to Terrence Hattenratty. Riggy on the left. It's going to be a pass play and a swing pass, but it is going to be called dead. There's a flag. And they are going to mark it neutral zone infraction. So that is going to go set Livingston about 5 yards. Or no, it's going to set them 10 yards, and that is going to be a new set of downs inside the 50. It's going to be a handoff to Liam Quigley, and nothing there. That is going to be no gain.
Handoff to Quigley, stopped in the backfield by Metuchen.
This team, Livingston, has not had much success recently, but they did win a nail-biter last game, 24-21 against Johnson. So maybe they could keep their winning streak, their one-game winning streak alive with this game. Hopefully not. The head coach, Dan Guyton, doing an amazing job so far. And it looks like the quarterback is going to scramble for it. That is Tracy Connor, who is only 6 yards rushing the entire season. And now he has another 3. Pass it yet. The one time they were going to pass it, the play was called dead. And speaking of which, there he goes. And he might scramble for it again. And there are going to be multiple flags on the play. 2 to be exact. And we'll see what the refs say. Might have been a holding. And it is a holding on the Highlanders. And that is going to set them back.
Holding against the Highlanders.
That is going to set them back very far. On the 35-yard line, and they need to get to the opposing 49-yard line, so that's going to be 16 yards, or 17 yards. It's going to be a pass, rolling out to his right, and he's going to pass it deep, and is that going to be picked? Nope, it is going nowhere. The intended target was number 7. That is Vincent Fabio.
Incomplete pass, intended for number 7, Vincent Fabio.
And it looks like they're going to punt it on 4th and 21. Not an ideal field position.
Merlot back to receive the punt.
And AJ Perillo, their punt returner, getting ready. And that is Liam Quigley to try and punt it. And it is going to be fair catch at the 28-yard line.
28-yard line, Metuchen first down.
Offense getting ready to try and tie the score. 7-0 so far. Perillo in the backfield. Holloway on the right. O'Leary on the left. It's going to be a pass. It's going to be intended for Holloway. And hit after the catch. Ball led him to the downfield. An amazing catch by Holloway. He had to reach for that one, and after he had it in his hands, he was hit by number 1, that is Owen Chait, and it is going to be a first down for Metuchen. Just great hands. Motioning Sadovsky. It's going to be a handoff to A.J. Perillo. And the stretch goes nowhere. And that is going to lose yards.
For no gain. 2nd and 11 for Metuchen.
It is 2nd and 11, not ideal. Andrew Antaporta going out to the field for, I believe, the first time this game. And A.J. Perillo lining up at wide receiver. Andrew Antaporta in the backfield. And O'Leary on your right. And they are going to motion A.J. Perillo and trying to find a hole and stiff arm somebody. And he is gone. Juking out a defender and tackled inside the 40. A.J. Perillo. An amazing play. Was hesitant at first, but once he found that hole, he is able to go through it. He stiff-armed. One of the many reasons that play worked is that stiff arm that happened right near the line of scrimmage. Stiff-armed the player to the ground, and after that he was just off. Whenever you get A.J. Perillo into open field, he could do wondrous things. The ball is now marked at the 36-yard line after the big play. And Antaporta lining up to the right, Perillo in the backfield, and this is going to be a play action. And O'Leary opened deep, and it's going to be a pass intended for Antaporta, but is incomplete.
Pass incomplete, intended for Antaporta. 2nd and 10 to touch.
Good try, but Metuchen was under pressure and could not deliver the pass. Great pass rush so far by the Highlanders, and it is now 2nd and 10. It's going to be a handoff to A.J. Perillo, and A.J. Perillo is short of the first down.
Handoff up the middle to Perillo for about 6.
It's going to be 6 yards on the play. 3rd and 4. And number 52, that is Luke Cadillo going on the field in exchange for Cody Cardillo. And they're going to line up on an important 3rd and 4. They have been rushing a lot this game, but when they pass, it has not been working out. Besides a couple catches from Aiden Holloway. Perillo in the backfield, and they are going to hand it to him. And he is going to get tackled for the first down. Or see what the refs say. Maybe not. And there is going to be a fight. Flags thrown.
Close to the first down. Multiple flags on the play.
Let's see what they mark it for. I believe there was a fight after the play occurred. refs talking about it. Coach. And it is going to be offset penalties, and there's going to be no change.
Offsetting penalties on the play.
They're going to mark if it's a first down or not. I believe it is. And they are putting the ball... Oh, excuse me, it is the end of the first quarter. So they're going to switch the ball on the other side of the field.
Metuchen, nothing.
Now, if it's a first down or not, we'll see. He's going to put it around the 31-32 yard line. And it is going to be first down for Metuchen.
First down, Metuchen.
O'Leary and Holloway on the right, same side, while Antaporta is the lead blocker with AJ Perillo behind him. It's going to be a pass, quick pass to Holloway, and Holloway is tackled, pulled on the leg there. And there's another flag.
Pass to Holloway for a short gain. Flag on the play.
There have been a lot of flags this game. 2 flags from the last pay. It's going to be a personal foul on Metuchen.
Personal foul on Metuchen.
They're going to set him back 10 yards. Or 15 yards.
That's a 15-yard penalty on Metuchen.
And it is now second and very, very long. Second and 25.
Ball is placed at the 42. It'll be second and 25 for Metuchen.
They place the ball at the 42-yard line. And it is starting to rain out. This is not good. And it looks like... I think the game might have been canceled. Like I said at the very beginning, there was supposed to be a thunderstorm, but the game has temporarily stopped.
Delayed temporarily for weather conditions.
And the game And the Bulldog report is back. We had a slight delay with the weather. It was thundering out about a half hour ago, 45 minutes. And since protocol says that when it thunders, you have to wait half an hour every time it thunders, so we're finally back. Our players are stretching. And the game's going to resume right on the 42-yard line where it was about an hour ago. So we'll see you then.
Yard line, second down and 21 yards to go.
And we are back. Metuchen is getting ready to take the snap on 2nd and 25. And it's going to be a flea flicker. Milutin cannot escape the pressure. O'Leary was wide open on the left. But it's going to be a sack. And that was from number 53, Matthew Dishkin. Good play by him. And is now going to be even farther. It's going to be 3rd and 23.
Third down and 23 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
And throws the ball to the sideline. The weather conditions are a bit worse. It has rained, so the turf is wet. And it also is more windy out than it was before. So let's see how the Metuchen handles it. 2 wide receiver formation. Perillo in the backfield. It's going to be a fake handoff, and he passes it to Perillo. See if he can outrun Highland, and he can, and gets to the 30-yard line. A great run by Perillo.
Screen pass to Perillo for about a 10-yard gain to the 30-yard line.
Good gain by Perillo. It was a good play action by Milutin. Fake handed it off to him, and then they just ended up going for the screen. And Perillo just used his speed to outrun the D lineman, and he stiff-armed to number 14 to the ground. That is Michael Gertzema.
12 for Metuchen.
And just a great run by him. And to Porta in the backfield this time. A.J. Perillo on the right, and it's going to be a handoff. Milutin running to the right, throws it, almost picked, off the hands of the quarterback, Tracy Connor. I believe I said a handoff before. I meant option pass, but it is now 1st and 10. It is going to be a turnover on downs, I believe, after the play. After the dropped interception, quarterback that is number 5, Connor Tracy, is going to take the snap. And it's going to be a pitch to Joe Riggy. And Milutin wants a flag. It's going to be only a couple yards.
Pitch to Riggy for a few yards.
Getting darker out with thunder, I believe, is coming. Getting a lot darker out with the thunder clouds. Nobody seems to be leaving yet, but I do hear thunder. And it's going to be a huge gain. That, I believe, is Joe Riggy, who got a nice gain for about 30 yards.
First down for the Highlanders.
Very windy out. See the leaves blowing in the background. And the Highlander offense deciding what they're going to do next. It's going to be a handoff and nothing there. They tried to go for the sweep. That was to number 3. That is Liam Quigley.
And numerous other Bulldogs in on the tackle.
Tracy hands it off up the middle, and a pile of defenders tackling number 4, Joe Riggy. We've seen a lot of him today. Been the main focal point of this Highlander offense, getting several big runs. It looks like he is a very explosive runner from this game alone. He's gotten many big runs, and without him, I think this offense would not be the same. They have barely passed it this game with Connor Tracy. And it is a handoff to Joe Riggy again. And he spins to the 40-yard line.
Riggy up the middle, stopped for a small gain by Rocco Dagan, next to Varsity.
Tracy returning to the huddle. There are going to be a lot of running plays with these conditions, such as the wind or the turf. And it's going to be a swing pass to the running back. Again, that is Joe Riggy. And he is brought down right before the first down line.
Swing pass to Riggy. Stop right before first down.
And everything is flying, including the playboard and one of the Metuchen's towels. And it is going to be, I believe, maybe a timeout from Metuchen. All the players returning to the sideline. And actually, that was a turnover on down, so it is Metuchen's ball. Handoff to Sadovsky and takes a big hit. Oh, flags, and inside the 50. And it is going to be a 1st and 10, new set of downs. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. If they could get some points on the board, that would be huge, considering they are kicking off at half. And it's going to be handed off to A.J. Perillo, juking up the middle. And it is going to be tackled right before the first down.
Handoff up the middle to Perillo, close to a first down. Gain of about 9.
5-man rush, and it proves to be effective as Perillo is tackled for a loss. That was number 23, Terrence Hanratty. Terrence Hanratty saw that play right before it even started. He went off the edge, and he waited patiently until he could get the tackle. And it is 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 for Metuchen.
This should be very easy for Metuchen. We'll see what they do. Direct snap to Mielison, a fake pitch. And it's going to be Sadovsky, and Sadovsky finds some running room and is tackled inside the 30.
Counter to Sadovsky for a nice gain and a Metuchen first down.
After the big play by Sadovsky, they're going to line up in the 30-yard line. Another direct snap to Mielison. Pitch to Perillo. And a fumble! And it's recovered by Metuchen, thankfully. Could have easily been recovered by Livingston. But instead, Metuchen loses yards. But at least they didn't lose the ball.
Recovered by number 55, Patrick Miller.
A good peanut punch to A.J. Perillo, and there is an injury on the field for the Highlanders. And he seems to be getting up just fine. That's number 63. Thank God. That is Rocco Ditzo. Going to the sideline, but the injury does make a timeout. Throwing the ball to the sideline. Getting a new ball. It's going to be direct snap to Mielison. Fake handoff. Rolling out right, and it looks like he's trying to get some blockers. And he is out of bounds. Not the first down, but he gets nice yardage on the play. Steven Mielison, I believe that was his first rush all day. But Metuchen was stopped offensively all game. But there's 2 minutes and 53 seconds left on the clock. If they could get a score here, that would make the difference in this game. Holloway and O'Leary on the left. Perillo in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to him. And he is only getting a couple. Not a first down, though.
Handoff to Perillo for about a 3-yard gain.
It's going to be a 3-yard gain. That is 4th and 3, or 2. And they are indeed going to go for it. Perillo in the backfield. Going to be a 2 wide receiver formation, and it's going to be a play action. Holloway open, but he's going to try to scramble for it, and he gets the first down.
Run by Mielison for a Metuchen first down.
And it's going to be around the 19-yard line. Number 63, who was previously injured, that is Ditzo, is returning to the field. The offensive lineman and defensive lineman for this team. be a blitz, and it proves effective. I think there might have been a fumble there. Maybe not. But a great tackle by the Livingston.
Up the middle for a short game.
And they're going to time out with 50 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout Metuchen.
Trying to catch their breath and stop the clock. These 15 yards can make all the difference in this game. If they could get a touchdown, the score will be tied. And if they could get a defensive stop on Livingston when they receive the ball at half, then they will be able to maybe come back from this game. The entire half, it has been 0-7 for the Bulldogs, but it looks like that may change in the next 50 seconds. One timeout left for the Bulldogs. It's going to be a fake pitch, and what happened there? That even fooled me. That is Sadovsky with the jet sweep.
Counter to Sadovsky for about 4.
Counter to Sadovsky.
Timeout, Bulldogs.
And that was greatly executed by Mielison. He sold the pitch, and they are inside the 5, maybe around the 6-yard line, with 41 seconds left on the clock.
Third and 2 for Metuchen with 41 seconds left on the clock.
And going to be a quarterback sneak, and I think he might have gotten that. Touchdown, Bulldogs, 6-7, and they are coming back from this deficit.
That's a Metuchen touchdown. Stephen Mielison for the touchdown on the keeper.
Great play by Mielison. I didn't know if the quarterback sneak was going to work, but he muscled his way in for the 6-yard touchdown. And they are going to go for, I believe that's the extra point. And it is.
Coffee on for the extra point.
And that is Coffee getting ready to kick it. And it is blocked. And Metuchen is now down 1 point after the blocked extra point.
The extra point attempt is blocked by the Highlanders. The score now is Highlanders 7, Bulldogs 6.
35 seconds left on the clock. Depending on where the kick is, they'll either most likely kneel to run out the clock, or they'll try to get at least a field goal or a touchdown. Metuchen special teams unit is coming out onto the 40-yard line. That is Coffee again after the blocked extra point. Let's see if they try to do any trickery here in the last 30 seconds of the game, or the half, I should say. And it is going to be Matthew Schaffer and Joe Riggy, the running back, returning this kick. And he squibs it, and it's going to be out of bounds. That might have not touched the end zone. And there's a flag, and that's going to bring him to the 45-yard line.
Kick out of bounds. Flag on the play.
Great play by the Metuchen Bulldogs, or excuse me, the Highlanders, for
Ball
letting that kick go out of bounds, and great vision by Matthew Schaffer for seeing the kick to go out of bounds instead of the end zone. And that is going to set him up in prime position to try and get at least 3 points. And it looks like they're going to just kneel the ball instead of trying to go for extra points. And it is going to run out the clock. And that is going to be the end of the half.
The score is the Highlanders 7, the Bulldogs 6.
And that should be the final play of the game, or the half. And so far the Highlanders are winning 7-6, and we will see what happens when we come back to you at halftime, after halftime. And we are back. Quickest halftime I've ever seen. But due to the weather, there's going to be no halftime ceremony. And they're just going to kick off right now. That is Sean Coffey. Returning is Joe Riggy and Matthew Schaffer. Trying to get the ball in place. And he does. And the second half has started. And it's going to be a squib. And he's dropped by number 54, and they're going to say it's dead. High school rules are if your knee touches the ground, the ball or the play will be ruled dead, even if no one touches you.
Blue ticket, the number is 296416. Please come up to the booth to receive your prize.
And Tracy is getting ready for the direct snap, and he's going to hand it off to Joe Riggy again. He has, I already said this, he has been the main focal point of this offense, getting most of their yardage. And let's see if they can make this a 2-score game, the Highlanders. If they could get the extra point after the touchdown, it will be a 9-point game, meaning that Metuchen has to score a touchdown and a field goal, or 2 touchdowns to tie it up or to get in the lead. And it's going to be a play action, and that's going to be a deep shot overthrown to a wide open Vincent Fabio. That would have been an easy touchdown, but Connor could not fit it in. Beautifully executed play action. And Vincent got the separation he needed, but Connor Tracy could not fit it in. Motioning Quincy, rolling out to the right, and he delivers a shot. And was that picked off? And that was picked off by Jack Daly. Or no, that's on, excuse me, that was picked off by Matthew Sadowski. Metuchen ball.
By number 21, Matt Stavosky.
And the tides have turned for Metuchen, and now they get the ball and a chance to make it a one-score game. Ball spotted on the 42-yard line. And it's going to be a quarterback sneak for a couple yards.
Quarterback keeper up the middle by Metuchen for a gain of a couple.
And that, only a couple yards on the play. And both O'Leary and Antiporta returning to the sideline. And this Metuchen defense has played very well tonight. Following the interception, they also only allowed 7 points in the half. But their rushing defense has been mid at best, allowing Joe Riggy to get lots of yardage on him and lots of big runs. It's going to be a pitch to A.J. Perillo, and he's cutting inside and swallowed up. Might have gotten the first down, and he is short. Third down.
Pitch to Perillo for a gain about 5, close to a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1, Metuchen.
And it is 3rd and 1. Very manageable for Metuchen. The exact same position they were in a couple plays ago from the first half. And they were able to convert. And they're able to convert here too. Piling his way to the 25-yard line.
Handoff up the middle to
And that is A.J. Perillo on the handoff.
Metuchen first down.
It has been a very close game so far during the second half. Following the Connor Tracy interception to Matthew Sadowski, it is Metuchen's ball and the chance to get 8 points and make it a 14-7 game. Or 13 points depending on how they want to score with their extra point. It's going to be a handoff to A.J. Perillo, cutting up the middle and still up. And not a first down, but very close.
Hand off to Perillo, up the middle, close to a Metuchen first down.
And it's going to be 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3, Metuchen.
Perillo in the backfield again, next to Antiporta, or Sadowski, as the lead blocker. And it's going to be a handoff to Sadowski. a counter. And that is going to be a gain of a couple, but I think that might be enough.
Counter to Varsity for about 2.
And that is going to be 3rd and 1.
Third down and 1 for Metuchen.
And it's going to be very tight formation. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and that's going to get him the first down. First down, Metuchen.
Collision up the middle for a few yards for a Metuchen first down.
Moving the chains all the way to the 16-yard line, or the 13-yard line. And they are very close to the end zone. And in order to make this game competitive, they need to get a touchdown here. So let's see what they do. It's going to be a handoff to Perillo. And Perillo trying to muscle his way through, but ends up going over a man. And that is going to be inside the 5. And there is an injury, or maybe not. Slow to get up is number 55, and he is clenching onto his stomach. Seems like he's going to power through. That is John Fajardo. And he's going to stay on the field, limping. It's going to be a handoff to Perillo, and does he get in for the touchdown? I think he might be just short on the play. They're going to rule it 3rd down.
Handoff to number 5.
Or 4th down.
Up the middle for Metuchen first down.
Excuse me. It is going to be 1st and goal for Metuchen. They have 4 downs to get 1 yard. Very tight formation. Rocco Dagan on the left, Sadowski on the right, and Mielison in the end zone for a touchdown.
Mielison on the keeper for a Metuchen touchdown.
And it is now 13-7 for the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs take the lead for the first time in this game. And it looks like they are going to go for 2, I believe. Sean Coffey. Nowhere. Sean Coffey not on the field. And it is going to be a keeper into the end zone, and that is going to be for... Yeah.
Keeper by Mielison for the 2-point conversion. Metuchen is now leading 14-7. Once again, the winner for the 50-50, blue ticket, number 296416. Come up to the booth and claim your prize.
Metuchen lining up to kick off.
Number 15, kicking off Metuchen, Sean Coffey. Back for the Highlander,
setting up the ball.
Matthew Shedfer.
Still problems. Most likely the wet turf from the thunderstorm about half an hour from now. And it is going to be squibbed. It's going to be taken by Liam Quigley and brought down inside the 45. Maybe the 44.
Quigley, brought down by number 21, Matt Stefosky. Highlander ball, about to 44.
And some confusion about where the ball is. And it's going to be marked on the 44-yard line. It's going to be a direct snap. And it's going to be play action. Looking downfield. Pressure coming. And he's going to try to run for it, but gets nothing. Loses yards.
Quigley to the run for the small gain on the outside.
And there is a player on the field down. That is Matthew Sadowski, who's gotten multiple big counter runs and got an interception. And there's going to be an injury timeout. Sadowski still down. Looks like they're bringing a golf cart to pick him up and get him to the medical center. This is terrible, though. Sadowski is a great player. And Metuchen running to the end zone. to get warming back up after the Sadovsky injury. Still on the ground. And Sadovsky is now on the golf cart, taken away. I believe there might be an ambulance, and there is an never mind, that is a FedEx truck. There's an ambulance. And he's going to be brought for extra help somewhere in the facilities of the high school. Terrible injury, though. I hope the best for him. There's a towel on his head. And the Highlanders are back on the field. Gonna be a pitch. Cutting inside is Joe Riggy, and the 47-yard line.
Pitch to Joe Riggy. Tackle on the play by Aiden O'Leary. Gain of about 7.
Following the injury to Sadovsky, John Balesta, number 24, is filling in for him, while Matthew Flood is on the left. It's going to be a handoff to Riggy again, and a big hit from number 5, AJ Perillo, on Joe Riggy.
Handoff up the middle to Riggy, tackled by Dagan and Perillo.
Looks like the staff are bringing out a football that is dry every time the play ends. Motioning Liam Quigley, and up the middle is
Handoff up the middle to Riggy.
Joe Riggy.
That's a turnover on downs.
It's going to be a turnover on downs, and this Metuchen's ball. (14-7). If Metuchen can make this a 2-score game, that'd be great. If not, that would stage the Highlanders to make a comeback and tie up the game 14-14. Mielison getting ready to take the direct snap. In place of Sadovsky is Antaporta. It's going to be a handoff to AJ Perillo, and it's a fumble again, and it's recovered by number 55, Patrick Miller. Another dangerous fumble from AJ Perillo, but thankfully it is recovered by Metuchen.
Miller, number 55.
Okay. Huh? Dagon in the backfield. Metuchen acting as the lead blocker. And it's a fumble! And it bounced straight into the arms of A.J. Perillo.
Fumble on the play, picked up by number 5, A.J. Perillo.
That fumble could not have gone any better from Metuchen. It fell on the ground and bounced straight into A.J. Perillo to get recovered immediately. That is the third fumble from Metuchen that gets picked up by Metuchen. They have fumbled 4 times in this game. Once from Holloway, once from Mielison, and 2 times from A.J. Perillo. And the third quarter is not over yet. And handoff to A.J. Perillo. And no gain there. A.J. Perillo's confidence must have taken a shot after the fumbles. But he is still one of their best skill position players, if not the best skill position player on the team.
Fourth down and 5 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
And it's going to be 3rd and 5. Or 3rd and 4. Oh, 4th and 5. Excuse me. And this is going to be a very important play for Metuchen. There have been no punts so far, and there is a timeout on Metuchen.
Timeout Metuchen.
And that is going to be their first time out of the game. They still have 2 left. And there is a flag on the play. And let's see what they mark it for. It's going to be on Metuchen. And that is going to set him back. Five yards. And it is going to be 4th and 10.
What was the flag? Flag against Metuchen.
Rocco Dagon in the backfield next to Antaporta. Perillo far back, or excuse me, that is John Ballesta, and it's going to be punted and picked up by Metuchen. And as soon as Holloway picks it up, it is called dead. 14-7 for the Highlanders. If they could come back, it would be tied 14-14. Very important drive for them, and there is 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Let's see what they can do. Motioning number 23, that's Terrence Harry. And Joe is going to the sideline. Joe Riggy. And I believe that is a first down.
Forced out of bounds by number 24, John Ballesta.
And the refs spot it at the 46-yard line. It is going to be 2nd and 2. Or 1. It's going to be a shotgun snap for Connor Tracy, and it's going to be a swing pass maybe. And it is inaccurate and incomplete. Somehow did not get to his running back, number 4. The pressure was too big for him, and he threw it to the ground. Metuchen players huddling together to keep warm from the wind. And it's going to be a handoff to Riggy, and Riggy up the middle. Using that
Riggy up the middle. Tackle.
home run running style.
O'Leary, first down Highlanders.
Number 71, that is Tristan Mikeswick pulling on his leg. And that is going to be Joe Riggy in the backfield again. That is going to be a fake handoff to Joe Riggy. Number 7 is wide open. Can he make the throw? And he does! And that is going to be at the 1-yard line. That is a catch by Vincent Fabio. Got open a couple of drives ago, but Connor Tracy cannot make the throw. And he is down at the 1-yard line. Vincent Fabio's ability to get that separation and make that contested catch, just amazing. And I believe that is going to be a timeout called, or it's the end of the quarter. A great way to end the quarter for the Highlanders. And it is now 1st and 1. Metuchen is leading 14-7. And the Highlanders getting ready to get the touchdown on the 1-yard line with 4 downs. In other recent news, the previously injured Matthew Sadowski has just been put on the ambulance, not a FedEx truck, and is going to the hospital as we speak. Hope he gets better. It's going to be a handoff, and that not going anywhere.
Handoff up the middle.
Might have lost a yard.
For no gain. Number 11, Stephen Michelishin on the stop.
That is going to be the quarterback, Michelishin, on the stop. It looks like it is also starting to rain again, which will make the conditions a bit harder for the Highlanders to get this touchdown, but they are on the 1-yard line, so this should be an easy gain and an easy touchdown. And it's going to be a quarterback sneak, and he gets in. Touchdown, Highlanders. And they have the chance to tie this game up if they get the extra point, or take the lead if they get the 2-point conversion.
Number 5, Connor Tracy for the score.
And it is going to be an extra point. That is number 3, Liam Quigley. Connor Tracy holding it, the quarterback, and does it go through? I think that might be wide left. They mark it through.
The kick is good. Score is tied, 14-14.
And with that, the score is tied. Rain coming down hard. Let's see if Metuchen can get some more points on the board in the last 11 minutes and 16 seconds of this game. They are receiving the ball. If they can run the clock out enough and get a touchdown, then they would leave very little time for the Highlanders to get another touchdown to tie it up. So let's see what Metuchen does. They could either have to punt the ball, or they could run out the clock and get a touchdown and then win the game. Field goals are also not out of the question. They could get a field goal to tie it up too. No field goals yet today, and it's going to be very hard considering the conditions with the rain and the wind. Livingston's last game was won in a nail-biter 24-21. So, from the looks of it, this might be another close game for Metuchen and Livingston. A.J. Perillo on the return, and he's cutting up the middle, and A.J. Perillo tries to spin out of a tackle and gets tackled inside the 35-yard line.
Perillo on the return to about the 35. Tackle on the play by number 4, Ricky.
The rain has stopped, and it is now on the ball is now on the 33-yard line. Rocco Dagan in the backfield again. They've been using him a lot there. It's going to be a pitch to A.J. Perillo, and A.J. Perillo finds a hole, and he is gone. No one near him, and that is going to be a touchdown for Metuchen.
Pitch to Perillo, touchdown, Metuchen.
Amazing play by Perillo. Found the hole, and he used his speed to just outrun everyone. And it is now 2014 Metuchen. Thanks. It's going to be another pitch to A.J. Perillo, and he gets in again. 22-14 Metuchen. And if they weren't right next to the goal line and they were on the 25-yard line, that hole was big enough that he might have gotten a touchdown on that play too. Great job by A.J. Perillo. Great job by the offensive lineman and every blocker. And this is now a one-score game with Metuchen in the lead. And the Highlanders have 10 minutes and 52 seconds to run out the clock and get a touchdown. Or just get a touchdown and not run out the clock and leave some time for Metuchen to get another score and win the game.
Back to return for the Highlanders.
And that is number 4 and number 2 in the backfield. Again, that is Matthew Schaffer and Joe Riggy, the running back. And Sean Coffey in the middle getting ready to kick off. trying to warm up his hands and trying to set up the ball. And he cannot do it. Still trying to set up the ball. Mielison coming in to help, or coming in for the to help on the right. Sean Coffey kicks it off. It'd be a squib, and it is going to be downed at the 28-yard line.
Ball received by number 55.
10 minutes and 49 seconds to get a touchdown. Good kick by Sean Coffey, and gets it right into the guy's hands, and doesn't allow a return. Perfectly on the ground. First play of this drive is going to be a direct snap to Tracy with Riggy in the backfield, and they pitch it to him, and Riggy trying to find some running room, and does, and inside the 40 is Joe Riggy.
Pitch to Joe Riggy for a gain of about 6 or 7, brought down by John Molesta.
And gets about 6 or 7 before being tackled by John Ballesta. Now, Joe Riggy has gotten 527 yards and 4 touchdowns this season, but I feel like he might have gotten maybe 100 yards by now. There are no live stat updates, but he has played so well, I would not be surprised. There's Joe Riggy again. Joe Riggy fighting through some defenders, and is tackled by both Mielison and Holloway.
Hand off to Riggy for a small gain, tackled by Mielison and Holloway.
Second and 6. Gonna be a handoff, and gets nowhere, and he's still getting tackled. A great tackle. That is number 67, Kevin Stalker.
Handoff off the middle for no gain, tackled by number 67.
Josh McGowan getting off the field, and it's a great play defensively. Only allowing 1 yard, and it is 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 for the Highlanders.
And it's a pitch to Riggy, and Riggy trying to fight through, but he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. It is 4th down. This offense is not doing anything.
Riggy stopped by number 85.
That is Holloway with the tackle. And 4th and 5, will they go for it? And it looks like they are going to punt it off and give Metuchen another chance to score and make it a 2-score game instead of a 1-score game. There it is. Punting it off to Liam Quigley, and that is bounced out of bounds.
Punt out of bounds. Metuchen will take over at about 45.
And Metuchen is going to get the snap. That is Mielison getting a direct snap, and it is starting to rain again. The rain has been going in and out, while AJ Perillo gets 2 or 3 yards maybe. Blood on his right sock. That's something to account for.
Number 3, Liam Quickly.
Might have a knee injury or just a cut, but his sock is red with blood, so that might slow him down. And it is 2nd and 9 with the rain still coming down. Handoff to Perillo, and Perillo spinning up the field and gets a first down.
Hand off to number 5, Perillo, for the Metuchen, first down.
Yeah, sure, that'd be cool. Taking AJ Perillo out after maybe a knee injury. And it looks like Ben Mikulizin, the rookie, is going out at running back. Or not rookie, freshman, going out at running back. And is lining up in the backfield. And it's going to be a nice gain from Mikulizin. Steven Mikulizin, that is. The quarterback, who gets a nice rush. And it is now a first down. And it's gonna be a gain of about 3.
Mikulizin up the middle.
That is Mikulizin.
Small gain.
That is Ben Mikulizin. And it is going to be 2nd and 7 after the run. And it is going to be a handoff to Perillo, who's back in the game and does not get the first down, and is going to be 3rd down.
About 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 2.
Swapping out the game ball, and Mikulizin is taking the snap, handing it off to Perillo, and he's going to get a minuscule gain, but I think that might be enough for the first down, and it is.
Off up the middle, AJ Perillo.
And that might have ended the game there with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock. They still have 3 timeouts, but it is not looking good for the Highlanders. After the AJ Perillo touchdown with the swing pass, it is 22-14, and Metuchen has the ball, so if they could get another touchdown, that pretty much puts this game away. So, let's see what they do with this next play. Handoff to Perillo. And Perillo is going down the sideline and gets his second touchdown of the day. And that ices the game. 28-14. And that ices the game completely. It's a 2-score game with 3 minutes and 27 seconds left on the clock. And Metuchen is 3 minutes away from getting their 4th win of the season and going 4-6. Dagan in the backfield for this 2-point conversion. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. And is that in?
Handoff up the middle for a short game. 2-point conversion is no good.
And it is still 28-14. So nothing for Metuchen to worry about after not getting the 2-point conversion. But the Highlanders have to pull off some magic in order to tie the game up or take the lead.
And number 4, Joe Riggy back to receive.
Sean Coffey getting ready to kick it off. And it is going to be squibbed to Joe Riggy. And Joe Riggy cutting up the middle and is tackled around the 35-yard line.
Returned by Riggy to about the 35-yard line. Tackled by number 52, Luke Cadillo.
Three minutes and 18 seconds with 3 timeouts left. Can the Highlanders pull off the improbable and come back from this game? They'll have to pass it a lot, which has not been their bread and butter. They got 1 touchdown, or 1 big play from passing, and the other possible big play was overthrown. And it is a pass to Joe Riggy and tackled out of bounds. So far, most of the touches have gone to Joe Riggy. Almost every touch went to Joe Riggy. And all the passes went to Vincent Fablo and Joe Riggy. So no other targets besides that. Number 7, who got the touchdown earlier, Fabio, will most likely be Tracy's biggest and fastest target. But Metuchen is taking a timeout, it looks like.
Timeout on the field.
And it is 2nd and 4 for the offense of the Highlanders. It's going to be a deep pass for who else but Vincent Fablo, who made that amazing catch earlier to the 1-yard line.
Pass to Fabio for a gain, tackled by number 7, Matthew Flood.
Going to be a shotgun snap. Rolling out to his left. Will he run it? He will. And helmet-to-helmet hit. And no flags Quarterback getting up. Looks like he might be a bit injured.
Kind of crazy for a few yards. Pressure provided by number 52, Luke Dale.
Quarterback Connor Tracy looking injured. Drops back to pass and almost picked off by Steven Mielisen. But it is 2nd and 6. In the hands of Mielisen, but dropped. And that is a letdown, but this game is already mostly iced after the 2-score lead that Metuchen put up after the Highlanders scored 14 points. Going to be a direct snap. It's going to be a toss to Joe Riggy. And Riggy is going down the sideline and goes out of bounds after a big gain.
Forced out of bounds after about a 10-yard gain.
A minute 36 left on the clock, or 38 left on the clock. And he is down around the 26-yard line. Switching out the balls. Switching out the balls, and it is going to be on the 26-yard line. And it is going to be played, it's going to be dead, and it's going to be a false start on the Highlanders. And that is going to set them back 5 yards. It's going to be a play action, and he's going to throw it to number 23. That's Terrence Hanratty. He's also gotten a couple touches, but there is a flag around the 25-yard line.
Tackle by A.J. Perillo and John Valesta.
Let's see what the flag is.
There's a flag on the play.
And it's going to be on Metuchen. And it's declined.
Illegal substitution by Metuchen.
And there is the first timeout by the Highlanders.
Timeout called by the Highlanders.
And the ball is going to be down at the 11-yard line. Going to be play action, and he's going to throw it too low for Joe Riggy.
Incomplete pass intended for Joe Riggy.
2nd and 10 for the Highlanders.
Flood on the coverage.
Gonna be a shotgun snap, and backing up and throws it out of bounds, or at least on the sideline, and it is 3rd and 10, and there is another injured player. That is Rocco Dagan, one of the best players on the defense, who leads the league in sacks, or leads the team in sacks, is on the ground right now. And there is an injury timeout for Dagan, which doesn't make much of a difference since the ball was incomplete. But Rocco Dagan is trying to get up, but staying on the ground. And Dagan getting up and walking with help. Hopefully Dagan gets better for the purpose of himself and the team. Good. Shotgun snap. And it is going to be thrown to no one in sight of that ball. And it is 4th and 10.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go for the Highlanders.
And snaps it, throws it up into the corner, and incomplete, and that ices the game for the Highlanders. Cannot fit it into the corner, and that is the end of the game.
Metuchen will take over on downs. First down, Metuchen.
And going into victory formation. And he's going to kneel it. And the clock starts running. No timeouts are taken. And that's the end.
Lined up in the backfield.
Clock still ticking. And no play clock, no timeouts. The game is over.
It's a Metuchen victory.
Clock keeps ticking down.
14 Metuchen.
And Metuchen wins the game 28-14 to go 4-6 is their final record. And what a great game played by Metuchen. The good defense in the second half and great offense in the second half, making big plays from AJ Perillo and other players. Just amazing game from Metuchen and a great way to end the season. This is Henry Sia, and thanks for watching.